Hi, it is me again, and since we are going through that limited period of time in which you can access Mark Dawson's Ads for Authors course, I thought I would tell you a couple of tips that I learned to really get the most out of that course. Stay tuned. Hi, it's me, Roland. I am a self-published author. I've written a very successful series of MC romance novels and sold over 67,000 copies of my books. And I credit a lot of that to Mark Dawson's Ads for Authors course, which is for a limited period open now to enroll on. It's not a cheap course. I think last year it retailed for like 500, 600 bucks, I don't know. It's a monster of a course too, but it does provide self-published authors with pretty much everything they need to know about how to successfully advertise their books. It's a beast though. It's a real beast of a course, and that's great because you've got all of this material there, and it means you get enormous value for money, especially the fact that you've got lifetime access, even when they update all these modules. But when I do one-to-one consulting with authors, I'll often encounter authors who said like, oh yeah, I bought Mark Dawson's course, haven't had the chance to go through it yet. And I'm like, you know what, top tip number one to get the most out of Mark Dawson's Ads for Authors course is to do the course. And this is really important, and I know how difficult it is because we are writers and we are busy people, and it's difficult enough to find the time to actually write. It's even more difficult to invest the time doing things that aren't writing that can help your writing career. So the fact that Mark Dawson has such a huge amount of information in this course, and it's literally hours and hours of material to listen to, you have to be really disciplined about actually doing so and going through it. It doesn't help that Mark and James, bless them, I love them to bits. They are really, really smart, cool people. They do like a bit of banter. I think I've lived in America too long, and I'm used to people getting to the point in courses a little quicker. I very much enjoy all of the course materials that Mark and James put together, and special guests. Like they have a wonderful guest for the advertising on Amazon module who actually used to work for Amazon, so she knows everything. But it can be a little tricky to kind of pay attention. So here is my tip towards that. The first part of this tip, I guess, is to schedule a time to listen and be really methodical about it. If you still commute to work, use your commute. You can download the Mark Dawson app. Use your commute to listen to the course materials through that app, through your car radio, and boom, you might not be able to see what's going on screen, but you'll still be able to listen to it and get a lot of information that way. If you're like me and you work from home, schedule other periods of time. Maybe you're hitting the gym, lifting some weights. Maybe, in my case, you're doing the washing up and cooking dinner. You stick that on the radio and you listen to the course materials that way. You just have to listen to the course materials. Now, I have ADHD, which means I find it very difficult to remain focused on anything that isn't like super in your face. So another tip that I have for listening to Mark Dawson's Ads for Authors course is, if you can figure out how to do it, crank up the speed. I cranked up the speed by about 1/3, and okay, it sounds like Mark and James are now chipmunks, but they talk an awful lot faster, and that actually works in my brain, and I absorbed all the information even though it took only 2/3 of the amount of time to actually listen to it all. So that is another great tip. The third tip I have is, if you are really, really like short on time and frustrated, maybe go through all of the different modules and see which ones you need to listen to and which ones you don't. For example, the advertising on Amazon modules, which are great, are very, very expansive, and you have this wonderful teacher who used to work for Amazon, and she goes through sort of every single different facet of advertising on Amazon, including what it is. I found that because I knew so much about advertising on Amazon already, that I was largely self-taught, that I could just go in to the certain things that I was having friction with. It's like getting keywords. You know, you could jump in and listen to just that module. How to start off your bids, you could jump in and listen to just that module. And then if that didn't give you all the information that you needed, that gave you, you know, a bit of detective work where you could go and find other modules around there that might give you the piece you need. But if you have your ADHD type brain, if you find it difficult to keep listening to things for extended periods of time, don't be afraid just to chop and change and jump in and mix around and just listen to the bits that you think will be most useful to you. And I think the final segment of that is, yeah, there is a ton of course material that is included with Ads for Authors. You don't necessarily need to go through all of it to start off with. To my mind, there are a bunch of opportunities to advertise and get readers in different platforms. TikTok is exploding right now. But for most of us, Facebook and advertising on Amazon are where the real game is played. And so, yeah, you could go in and buy Mark Dawson's Ads for Authors course and ignore all of the modules except the ones on Facebook and the ones on advertising on Amazon. Right, my kids are shouting, but hopefully those tips will be useful to you. And it is really important to actually do the material. I can't remember, was it Dorothy Parker who said that buying books and reading books are two separate occupations? I think it's the same in this day and age with such a plethora of courses and course material out there available to authors, and you don't know which ones to trust, which ones to go for, and which ones not to go for. Go with somebody you can trust who has the results to prove it, like Mark Dawson. He is, in my mind, the GOAT when it comes to this kind of thing. And secondly, do the bloody work. If you do the bloody work and you go through the entire course, you are much more likely to find success with it than if you just purchase it and have it sitting in your hard drive or have your access to it. So be really disciplined. That's what it takes. The way to become a successful writer is to write every single day. If you want to be a successful book marketing expert, then listen to the materials that Mark Dawson provides you with every day until you go through them all. Alright, that is it. I will make another video soon. Tell you what though, do you a deal. There's a link down below, an affiliate link. So if you click on that and choose to buy Mark Dawson's Ads for Authors course, I get a little piece of the action, which is great. I will up the ante a little bit and say, I created my own course last year. It was really meant to just fill in all the blanks and answer all the questions that I still had after I'd done courses like Ads for Authors. If you decide to buy Mark Dawson's Ads for Authors course and you use my link down below, I will send you free access to my entire course material. So I still get a piece of the action from the affiliate link with Mark, so I'm not losing any money that way. And I really think my course has a lot of value in it and a lot of value in helping you get the most out of Mark's course. So yeah, that is my little offer to you. If you feel like you're taking advantage, good luck, and good luck with your self-publishing career. I will make another video and speak to you soon. Cheers. I'm Roland Hume. I've sold 67,000 copies of my books. If you want to find out how I did it, I've got the link right here you can click. And otherwise, don't forget to subscribe. I've got more videos coming soon. Thank you.